Hey guys, Matt here, and if you've been following me on Twitter, you know the reason why I have not been posting videos the last 2-3 days, even though I've wanted to, and that's because I've had computer problems with my cooler. I got everything sorted out and everything fixed. So anyway, today I am bringing us a 38-3 with an MP5K rushing around, and yes, it's Black Ops, yeah, but I like to change it up a little bit, and I know I said I was going to be posting Halo for this video, but I think with the title, and with the theme, and well, honestly with the gameplay I had for Halo, I think this went over as a better backdrop. And you're probably wondering now what I'm talking about, and that is my progression in Call of Duty. Now, this is incorporating not only Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3, but kind of my entire thing. Now, as many of you guys know, I started out in Call of Duty with Call of Duty 2 on the original, not the original, on the, well, I guess the original model Xbox 360. I was one of the few people that had it back then, and I greatly enjoyed that game. It is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Call of Duty 2 and Halo 2, I think they're tied, or at least pretty far up there. But what I want to talk about is my progression. So I started out with COD 2 like any other noob. Now, granted, it was a bit easier to start off in, as it was the first Call of Duty for console, or at least for the Xbox side, and not to mention, there were no perks, there's no kill streaks, it was simplicity as best, and I love that about it. But I'm gonna skip over COD 3 because it really didn't bring that much new to the table. It did bring in a Battlefield-esque play system, but it is still rather simple, so I'm just gonna leave that out. But then COD 4 came along, and it brought in a whole bunch of changes, as I'm sure all of you know by now, and that has to do with perks, with killer trees, stuff like that. Now, back then, you guys are probably thinking I was halfway decent or pretty good back then. Actually, not really. Until I would say halfway through Black Ops, I was a really bad player. I held around 1 KD, so I was barely going positive in every Call of Duty up until Black Ops, and that's where I really changed. And I think that has something to do with YouTube. I'll get to that in a second. So yeah, with COD 4, I began to learn the physics and just how the modern day shooter plays out. Well, the modern day Call of Duty shooter, and it really was the base of how I play as I'm running around with YouTube. No guys, this is not how I normally play, it's just I picked it up, so bear with me. Yeah, so that is the basis on how I've gotten to where I am today, and I do consider myself a pretty good player. Not the best, not the worst, but pretty good. And COD 4 helped me out with that by just showing me the basis. And I'm going to skip over World of War, as I didn't really play that game, I really didn't enjoy it. And let me go straight to Modern Warfare 2. Now, Modern Warfare 2 definitely taught me a lot, as that was when I came into the entire YouTube scene. And as before, until then, I was a 1 KD player. And even in Modern Warfare 2, I had a 1.35 KD. Although, with the help of YouTube and experience, I ended up getting that KD on a PSN account to around a 2.5, which I was rather proud of at the time, as I never had above a 1K, about 1.3 KD, and I cannot say I did it on my own. I definitely got better through YouTube, as I watched gameplays of people that were really good at the game, and through that it definitely did help me out. Then along came Black Ops, and until around, I don't know, February, March, I was really bad at the game. I was under 2 KD, although I did improve. I was around a 1.8, and I was definitely getting better from my previous Call of Duty days, but it wasn't until halfway during Black Ops' life cycle, not even halfway, that I finally came into my own in Call of Duty. And I finally became a player that was recognized for doing good, above average. And here I am today. And I think with every Call of Duty I've learned a little something new. And that has even carried into Modern Warfare 3. And that happens to be, like I said before, with COD 4, just the basis of Modern Warfare. With Modern Warfare 2, I've learned not to get too close to people, as the panic knife is all powerful. And with Black Ops, I learned never trust your UAV. And I think all of those rules apply in Modern Warfare 3. Nothing really new changed, as up close, you're getting panic knifed. Never trust your UAV because of the massive amount of people use an assassin. And stuff like that. And of course, my douchebag sister, you hear in the background. So anyway, guys, I'm going to be going now, and peace out.